So naghatag mig nga ay nag-gather mig data ma'am sa mga students. So naka-collect mi og information gikan sila ha na mao na ang effect sa ilang academic performance. So based on that information ma'am, nag-data analysis din ni nga mo nang mao to nga na kanilang pan-academic performance na apektuhan. So based on sa among understanding, nagamit na mo karon nga mao day nang dako day effects tardiness sa academic performance. So muna mong wisdom na gathering.
Okay, thank you. Medyo wala kayo na ako nadungog kay ning kalit na padugsaba din but I think you were talking about a certain kind of data which is unsa to? Tardiness?
Tardiness ma'am, effect of tardiness in academic performance.
Okay. Okay, so magkuha mo data kung kinsay mga permitted present ana kitahay. So in a day or in a week for a certain subject na amoy mga data nga makuha like mga numbers raman na di ba or set of numbers like example for a certain class mao ni siya ang number of mga present sa kaning adlaw ana. And then it becomes an information if it answers the questions who, what, where, when. So kung kinsa ang katong mga present, who, kinsa tong mga absent, and then what subject, then where sila ga klase, or is it online or through Zoom, and then when. So that becomes an information. Tama ba? So sakto si Harry no, medyo na siya point sa iyang giingon ganina. And then how will it become a knowledge? If it answers the question how. Unsa nga klase nga question or unsa nga klase nga how question ang imong ma-formulate using katong nga data? Harry, Kayla.
Ma-aware ta ma'am nga dili natin nabuhaton nga mga activities nga pwede maka-effect sa atong academic performance. So munang wisdom
how this kind of how tardiness can affect your academic performance, right? That is a kind of question. Yes, how will the tardiness affect your academic performance? So kana knowledge na siya. And then let's proceed with using that kind of example you give. Let's proceed with understanding, appreciation of why these students are tardy, why these students have why these students have high numbers of absences.
So sa among kansa na ma'am high tardiness sila kay tungod sa like yun lang balay ma'am, committees like absent, tapos na sila ginabuhat sa ilang panimalay po nga dili nila makapas silang oras silang pagting-eskwela o usay gatapulan kay tungod sa mga gadgets bitaw ma'am, malulong sila sa gadgets na magdula.
Okay, so
dili makatungod sa eksaktong oras.
So let's proceed with wisdom. How are we going to evaluate this kind of understanding? Kabalo naman ta nga magsige ni sila absent. So how are we going to evaluate? Sige kay ikaw may nagatay example, ikaw ra gyud answer. Asa naman to? Edkila, how are we going to evaluate this one?
Ma'am?
How are we going to evaluate katong explain mo ganina, di ba? The understanding of why the students are tardy or kanang sila absent or so if
ang wisdom atom is once man na namong ma-understand na namo ang among among kanya thesis si conduct is maka-gather na kung anong ginatutunan na evaluate nato. So naka-gather tag wisdom nga i-publish nato sa school nga mao day ni ang effect ako day yung effect sa tardiness academic kay bisa among kuan na bisa among research nga conduct sa mga individual students among silan is Eugenie Kasagara na
Okay.
so inaagyan
Yeah.
na sa kuan mga information makatagtag wisdom sa uban nga malikayan nila ma'am ang
correct. So it's actually medyo kuan na kay tiyang gingon no. Grabe na kayo ka broad, but basically that is the wisdom. So if there is there is an understanding and you can be able to evaluate, that is really that will really give more benefit to humanity. So it comes from data, the transformation of data into a wisdom. Okay. So from a certain data nga nakuha nimo, it will go from to a certain information and it will become a knowledge. And because of appreciation, no, when you appreciate the why to that certain knowledge, then you can go ahead and evaluate that kind of understanding and it will become a wisdom. So tama yung no, if there is a evaluation of that kind of understanding nga ingani day ang tardiness, ingani ang gakahitabo sa students, and you'll be able to publish that kind of research or that kind of information or that kind of wisdom or that kind of understanding, then it actually can be magamit na siya to that certain kind of community or that kind of school or that kind of to any kind of community nga imo siyang gamiton. Okay, so dili lang no ang iyara mong gihatag nga example kay data nga related sa tardiness. So like example, heart rate nga data, if it can answer the information, if it can answer who, what, where, when, and then it answers the how question, that will become a knowledge even from a certain heart rate nga data. Then the understanding, and then there's the wisdom. All in all, it's actually talking about the benefit to humanity. Although less important ang data, but if you can be able to transform that kind of data into a wisdom, then it can greatly benefit the humanity. That's why there is research. Right? So nakita na ninyo unsa ka importante ang data nga ma-gather nato through IoT. Okay, I'll give you much kuan example. Getting a data from an aquaponics project or kanang farmland project. Basic lang no, farmland project. Magkuha ta og soil moisture content sa mga lupa within sa bukid. Those are just data, di ba, nga makuha nimo. So soil moisture sa kaninga bukid. And then atong ikuan ba magtawag na lang ko. Siya lang akong ipa-proceed. Tanlangit, Joshua, can you discuss this with your classmate? I'll be giving you an example, data like a soil moisture content from a certain type of land, upland area or highland area. How do you transform that kind of information into a wisdom? Joshua. Wala si Joshua, unsa man ni siya di ay nag-online ra tapos wala na minaw. Uy, Joshua. Hello? Nakatulog na siguro ni. Yes, Wyatt. Tantaden niya. Go ahead.
Reference, ma'am. Bali, ang katong data sa moisture, ma'am, is about kanang ang information na, ma'am, kay kanang sa who, kung kinsa tong yuta or kung kinsa tong hektarya tong check nga moisture moisture sa yuta. Then ang what, possible sa what, ma'am, kay kanang what are the possible nga nganong ang nganong mag moisture ng kuan ang kanang ayuta. Then ang where, kung ahadapit ta to nga lugar, example is it's either sa Bukidnon, Cagayan nga na, ma'am. Then ang when
What day? Say date. Sa nga
date,
adlaw, sa nga oras.
day ba or afternoon, lunch, or yan naman. Then ang sa knowledge, ma'am, answer to how question, nganong ang kaning yutaa mo moisture man siya? Siya, ma'am, sa how?
Basically, how is from that kind of data nga mong na-gather, how unsa may klase nga pangutana that you can actually form from that information nga makuha nimo how?
Kuan, ma'am, bali kaning sa how, bali ngano ang mo moisture man nga kani nga klase nga yuta, nganong moisture man klase nga
Maybe
yuta?
kana siya is how high or how low that the kind of moisture. So example, the upland area, mostly those soil or mga lupa nila dito is moisturized kahit kanang murag medyo basa bito ilang mga lupa.
Kay kuan man siya, ma'am, bali murag bugnaw ano, ma'am,
because of the weather, because of the location, syempre kay permitting mo po nag-ulan. So that is a kind of knowledge, no? So that means nga okay, kani nga mga area di ay dry di ay ni siya tungod ani, or kani nga mga area di ay basa di ay ni siya ang ilang lupa because ingani. So that is knowledge. And ultimately, why
bali ang kanang sa why, ma'am, ngan kaning why kay possible aning sa why kay nganong derita mo, but why do we need nga magplant ani nga yuta if ever
or
nga daghan
why do you need to know this kind of information, or why do you need to nga naman, because you can actually choose the kind of plant that you will imong itanom dito nga lugar. That's the why, that's the understanding, di ba? And then how do you evaluate that kind of understanding?
Bali mo na makahatag sa mga solutions tanang tao ay sa mga farmers nga kailangan, ma'am, ug sa mga farmers nga use katong especially atong mga highlands, ma'am, mga ngana.
Yeah, you're right. So katubi tong giingon sa DA, when they actually blame the farmers nga nganong magtanong-tanong man mo ginana ang klase nga tanom nga wala man mo market, nga wala man mo kabalukid sa inyong baligyan, or actually if you only know how to do a knowledge management, you can even use that kind of data ngayon ani day kadaghan ang ilang nakuha nga mga tanom, or why do they have this kind of daghan kay nga mga harvest. And if you can be able to evaluate that kind of scenario, that situation, and basically we can have more benefit like CDA kung kabalo sila mo evaluate sa katong information nga nakuha nila, then they can be able to make use or to even have a better solution to that kind of problem. So, gwapo ni siya, no? This is really kind of a knowledge management nga system from data, turning data into a wisdom. So, you can be able to really appreciate IoT with this one. Okay. Proceed. The future of IoT. So what happens when 50 billion machines become connected? So the sky is the limit. It's only the beginning with IoT. So this is actually the goal, no? That all of the machines or all of the devices will be in the future connected. Everything is connected. So from the rail yard to the hospitals, to the power plants, to factories, everything. When you say industrial internet, everything will be connected to this kind of machines. And I can still discuss a lot, no? Pero nanay nagreklamo ng classmate ninyo, putol-putol na daw yung niyang data. Putol-putol na akong tingog, kakahurot na daw yung data. So, ingan na. Okay, so I'll just give you the, wala ko may time, di ba? Alas 3 naman, 3:30. Sige. Let's just end our discussion by 4. Okay, so iingon na lang ako daan ng inyong mga buhaton for next week. Okay, if you check yung step ninyo, ako na siyang gibutang, no? Ako nang gibutang din hiyang inyong assignments. Unsa man ang inyong assignment? Mao ni siya inyong assignment. Actually, it's in the last part of my PowerPoint. But since dili naman kaya sa inyong classmate, no? So let's ako lang ibutang ni ako lang ni present daan before. So for the week 1 assignment, please create a 5-minute reaction video regarding the discussion that we have today. So 5-minute nga video, inyo na siyang i-upload. I-upload niyo sa inyong Google Drive ang kanang video nga inyong himuon. Answering all those questions nga naa dinhi. First one is, what are your understanding of IoT fundamentals? Second, give an example of IoT architecture and protocols. Number 3, what are the various platforms for IoT? Number 4, give real-time examples of IoT. And what are the challenges in IoT? So, kana siyang inyong mga answeran within the 5-minute video nga inyong himuon. So I would suggest that you upload the video in your Google Drive and then you share the link dito sa step. Any question? So I also added another note, pwede ninyo magamit, mabasa-basa for this activity, which is the journal article where you can actually read this one and also include this in your 5-minute video. Pwede ninyo ni siya basahon and you can get answers from this one for the assignment. Kasi maglibog na mo ba? Asan mo mga answer, ani? You can actually read this research paper and ultimately you can answer the questions from those akong gihatag na question. Okay? So, wala pa tanaw man ha, naghatag lang ko og instruction. Kaya basig ang uban mapalong na. Wala na daw sila i-data. And for the week 2, maghatag ko daan po sa week 2 assignment. Actually, this assignment sa week 2 next week is dili gid siya assignment, but you need to prepare this one by next week yun, because during our laboratory class you will be doing an activity which is katong naa sa handbook nga akong gihatag, which is kaniha. Okay, so we will be starting with activities, but I'll be telling who are kung unsa ang mga, kung kinsa ang by pair. If naapa may time, I was actually going to give kung kinsa tong mga by pair, but pwede gyapon mo magpili kung kinsa inyong gusto, and then you can choose any topic from this one. There are actually at least 25 kabuk projects that you can choose, but dili lang na ako ipa-appeal ang kaning sayon. But if gusto po ninyo kaning sayon na magud kaning push controlled LED, or light dimmer. But if kung gusto mo kanina lang code, but you can actually select until 25 kabuok projects and it's by pair. Okay, so ang nakanindot magudanin niya nga handbook is naa na siya tanan. Kompleto na siya tanan. So let's start with example katong pinaka-basic nga activity katong LED, gamit siya LED. So mao ni siya nga itong i-discuss next meeting ha. So dili na mo maglisod because everything is actually included in this handbook. Tanan. Okay, Wyatt.
Ma'am, saan ang Arduino ang gamiton nato, ma'am?
Ha?
Sa klaseng Arduino ang gamiton, ma'am? Arduino.
Kato lang kuan, Arduino nga kung basic lang gani mapalit ra man ninyo na sa kuan tindahan.
Uno, ma'am. Katong Uno.
Arduino Uno. Or if you have different versions of Uno, okay raman siya. So example kani the push button controlled LED. So if you're going to do this activity na naman po din nakalista mga materials, so inyo na nang i-prepare. Okay, so board, breadboard, jumper wires LED, tactile push button, then your 10K ohm resistor and then 22 ohm resistor. And then naapod yun included tanan kung unsang inyong mga buhaton. First step 1, step 2. So naa na siya diri tanan. I would suggest nga inyo nang basahon daan and even the program is also included. So inyo na lang ning basahon daan, pili mo din ha og isa ka activity, daghan man kaayo na siya activity 25 man ka buok. You can choose, but I want to mention nga original tanan ang inyong himuon. Like example, dili pwede nga kanang naay naghimo aning push button isa ka group niya, ang lahi nga group sa imo ra gyapon. So dapat tanan project is dili pareho. O I mean, ang mga project sa buhaton by pair is dili pareho. Klaro ba? Is it clear? I don't want to have two groups to have a same project. This is not a project per se, but this is an activity only, which you will be doing by next week. So I will suggest for you to prepare even the materials as well, so that when we start by next week, it's going to be a face-to-face and you will only be doing this. And I would suggest you print as well the copy. So this can become your laboratory manual already. So if you're going to do this project 1, activity 1 for next week, then I would suggest you print the copy kung pila man siya kabuo, only up until kana mga 4 man siya ka pages or 5. You print out that one so that by next week prepared na ka. And then you also prepare the materials. And then I will just be checking diretso na. And it's going to be by pair. Any question?
Ma'am, kanang unsa na mo paghati-hati ang kuan ma'am projects kanang
magpili lang man mo, so by pair man siya, so kamo na lang pud akong papilion kinsa inyong gusto nga pair. So duha mo kabuok. Ya kamo na pud dayon ang magpili. So lisod kaayo if ako ang magbuot kani mo project kani, so magsabot na lang mo sa inyo ang mga classmates para dili mo pareho tanan. Okay ra ba? I would like to ask your class representative, si Hana.
Ma'am?
So, ikaw na lang mag-one sa ilagang, ikaw na lang make sure nga dili sila pareho tanan og activity by next week.
Sige, ma'am.
Okay, basin mo reklamo magut, like example, muhatag ko kani nga project number, kani nga number, kay kani nga tao, tapos basig mo reklamo siya, dili siya ganahan, ana. So, I would prefer nga sila na lang mo pili kung unsa ilang gusto buhaton. But make sure that each pair is dili pareho with other pairs. Okay ra? Sige, please na lang ha, para dili ta pare-pareho o mga project. Daghan man kayo ni 25 man ni kabuk, makapili raman mo sa inyong gusto. So 25 na siya kabuk, and all projects are actually complete to pod. Example, a plant monitoring system kani. Kumpleto po siya, naa siya yung materials, sa kinahanglan nimo, actually 5 ra ka book materials. And then, step by step po siya, even ang program, included na po siya tanan. Okay? So, dili na kayo mo na maglisod for next week. Any more question? So, duha na kabuka kong gihatag, no? And, I would like to give a quiz unta karon pero hopefully dili mapalong ang uban. Okay, let's proceed. Paspaso na lang nato ni no. So diri naman ta para makaya sa atong time. Okay. So the value of industrial internet, even from aviation, power, healthcare, rail, oil and gas. So these are the estimated value over 15 years. Okay, so connected machines and data could eliminate up to 150 billion of waste across industries. So if we can be able to optimize the usage for all these industries, dako jud kay tag ma-save. So imagine kata kung gingon sa inyo nga home automation nga i-optimize niya ang paggamit sa kaning balay if it's related to different industries such as aviation, power, healthcare, rail, or sa rail, inana, sa kanang mga train na to, if we can be able to make sure or make use of some data that we gather from devices, and then we can be able to optimize all those kind of data for depende in different kind of application, and then makita na to how we can have an optimized system, then it can really eliminate up to 150 billion of waste across all the industries. Do you get this? This is actually very good potential, or very potential for IoT. Na ano ba ninyo siya? Na-appreciate ba ninyo ni siya nga mga numbers? If not yet, actually, this is really good numbers. Nga, if we can be able to save a lot of money even in our home automation, how much more sa other industry, di ba? So, kunyari, even in manufacturing, which is more relatable mo. So, like kani siya nga makina, usually it has naa siya tendency nga dili siya gamiton for example in a day or 24 hours nga 24 hours nga trabaho sa planta, like if it has like at least 4 hours of rest every day, and then pwede pag mo day siya ma-optimize, like mo-automatic na siya og palong if wala na siya ipack, mo-automatic na siya og palong if wala na siya depende unsa nga klase nga pakina. So if it's the packing type of machine nga kung pwede din ninyo siya i-limit nga ma-optimize niyo siya that it can only work for at least 4 hours a day, dako gyapon og savings ang kanang factory, di ba? So those are the kind of data that is really helpful even in manufacturing. So medyo na mo idea on how this works, no? Or the potential of IoT. So I would like to ask another classmate just to make sure nga nakagets mo sa kanang nga point the potential. Si Vanji Kanyete, can you give me an example in manufacturing where makita nato unsa ang usefulness of the IoT in terms of optimization? Vanji. Vanji Kanyete.
Hello, ma'am. Hello?
Yes, please answer.
Sorry, ma'am. Di kin ako madunggan.
My question is, can you tell me an example in manufacturing where you can actually appreciate the potential of IoT in terms of optimization of machines? Just an example. Where it can actually reduce waste.
Sorry, ma'am. Di kin kita ka madunggan, ma'am.
Nga naman.
Akong signal at mo di kita ka madunggan, ma'am.
Klaro man ta ka din sa ko ang end. Ako na lang i-type ha para mabasa nimo. Okay, so please answer that question. Klaro man kayo ang tingog din he. So I think kung mag-answer ka madungog ra pud sa imong mga classmates. So kindly read the question and answer correctly. Banji? Hello? So, dili siya mag-answer, si Banji. I'm going to give another person a chance. Ugsod, please answer the question. Ken Wesson. Ugsod.
Sorry, ma'am. What is the question, ma'am? Karon pa ko nakabalik, ma'am. Walang internet.
Naa sa chat. This is actually your quiz, ha, everyone. So, I'll be recording everything. Nga inyong gi-answer din, he. I remember the names. Makita na ko. I will be recording this as your quiz sa katong mga nag-answer. So, if wala ka naka-answer, wala kay quiz for this day. Salinay. Okay, Salinay, walay answer. Walag. O, Hanubas, go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Madunggan ko, ma'am.
Yes.
Example, ma'am, nga akong makita nga potential of IoT in manufacturing setting is kana bitaw sa part bitaw sa industry, ma'am, kanang machinery parts, ma'am, kanang di ba usually, ma'am, kay mag-breakdown ng isa ka machine, ma'am, kay ayara, ma'am, magulat na, ma'am, if ang machine either mo collapse or either mo assume, ma'am. What if ang kanang possible or potential nga mahimo nga solution, ma'am, is kanang dili na ta magulat, ma'am, ba na siya mo sense bitaw siya, ma'am, nga murag need na ni siya limpyuhan or need na ni siya patanaw sa maintenance muna kung makita.
Correct. Dili na madak-an o gasto ang factory kung kaysa magulat pa ta nga maguba ang makina. If there is already a system that can detect kung kanus-an na ni siya ang yang need nga maintenance sa kaninga makina, then ultimately kanang factory can really save a lot of money. So that's one of the potential of IoT, especially in optimization of in manufacturing setting. Okay? So sakto ang tubag ni Honey Jade. Any more? Si Zara Rose, nag-raise yung hand. Go ahead, answer.
Mas ang productivity bitaw, ma'am, mas ma-maximize ang productivity sa isa ka manufacturing with the presence of IoT, ma'am.
So kindly explain that further, the productivity.
More on dili na bitaw siya, for example, ma'am, kay ma-recognize na nimo bitaw, ma'am, if sa mga kanang issues nga ga-arise sa isa lugar ka manufacturing industry, ma'am. For example, kani siya mas kanang magpabagal siya sa workflow bitaw, ma'am. So dira din nimo ma-assess bitaw, ma'am, to the use of IoT. With the use of IoT, ma'am, kay murag makuan bitaw siya, ma'am, murag kuan na concern, ma'am, ba matagaan
okay, like, yeah,
yes, ma'am, nga na
matagaan na nila og how do you call it? They can find a solution for that kind of problem if ma-detect na nila nga, no? So that's okay. That they can actually use camera for that one, no? Even it's actually more on some machine vision. Okay, Pamisa, go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma'am. madunggan raw ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
Kuan ma'am sa example sa machine ay kanang sa manufacturing gyapon ma'am kanang sa mga sa supply bitaw pag inventory nila kanang gamit ang IoT para makita kung kanang unsay mga kulang nga supply kanang kung naabay mga daot ana kanang naay mga kuan bitaw ma'am kung naay makulangan if ever naay kanang sensor nga makakuan siya ma'am kanang makita niya kung kula ay kanang naabay mga kanang mga daot sa mga supply nga gipang gamit nga or gagamiton nga para safe ang kuan kanang sa manufacturing kay need man gud nga safety first gud nga gagamiton kay machine man gud siya ma'am, so kanang magamit dito sa mga heavy duty nga mga materials or machine ma'am. So,
okay, thank you no. So daghan kaayo ta og mga potential sa IoT especially sa manufacturing setting. So sakto ilang mga tubag tanan. Okay, so let's proceed with another topic or proceed na nato ang next nato para makaya pa sa data sa uban. So, thank you so much si Pamesa Matuba, si Alan John Pamisan. Thank you. So if we unlock the massive potential of IoT, we can improve performance katong giingon nila ganina, silang kagadas ug anubas, and then reduce cost, especially in the manufacturing setting. Then we can create innovative services and then new revenue stream. Amo na siya ang mga mahitabo if we can be able to unlock the massive potential of IoT. Next, technology roadmap. So, di natin i-kuhan. Actually, very easy lang man siya, no? From the supply chain helpers to vertical market applications to the positioning and then the physical world web. So, mao na siyang yang roadmap of IoT. So, applications, home automation, manufacturing, medical, media, environmental monitoring, daghan pa. Okay, next. There's also a lot of applications, diverse applications. And then, smart parking. Guwapo-gyapo na siyang application sa IoT. And then, sama na siya, sensing as a service or SaaS. Guwapo-gyapo na siya, efficient waste management system for smart cities. And then sensors even in the holy cow. So this is actually one of the things that I always mention when I give some talks regarding sa kanang mga research, because one of an example would be if you are tending cows, if na kay business nga sa agriculture, not only cows or livestock or any kind of livestock, baboy, manok, but the cows are the ones who are very much expensive, diba? So if we can provide sensors at mga cow, then ma-avoid na to nga yung mga kawat, no? Or we can monitor their health, kung unsay how are they improving, nana. So these are actually useful even in Japan. Katubit ang mga gitawag nila nga wagyu sa Japan man ba, mga wagyu nga mga beef. So they actually are more healthy daw nga mga choices for beef kanang mga cow meat. So it's kabaluman mo mahal kayo ng mga wagyu. So most likely those kind of livestock na ginabuhi nila, they actually have sensors to be able to check or ma-ensure nila nga ingani ang output, guwapo ang output sa ilang mga cow. So you can actually do a research. This is actually really true. Ang uban ibutang nila sa ears or sa body sa cow, just to be able to monitor their health. So may pa ang cows. Okay, so let's proceed. IoT application. So karon, even sa mga dagko nga mga stores sa US, wala na sila cashier, no? Cashless na ang ilang grocery shopping. You can go in and go out and no need na nga mag-agi og cashier. Right? So nakadungog na mo ana, naama na siya sa Facebook ng mga daghan na mga inana karon. Even in the Philippines, I saw one store nga cashless na sila. Kisa na ay idea about ani? Si Walag. Yamit. At least na may chance mag-answer. Kasi pa itong mga wala naka-answer ganina. Si Vanji, Ugsod, Ken. Si Galarpi, Mariel Galarpi, wala siya cancer. Si Jalay Kamari, wala pa na siya cancer. Ginubating, wala pa na sila naka-answer, no? Okay, so wala yung mag-answer. Ani, wala mo inadungog ngayon, ani, nga cashless shopping, ya, wala na yung cashier. No, gamit na lang sila mga...
ma'am, sa Japan, ma'am.
Sa Tesla mo.
Oo, pero wala mo yung nadungog yun nga nasa Philippines. Nga nakita.
Nadungog, ma'am.
Shopee, ma'am. Mga Shopee din, ma'am.
Sa?
Kana mga online kuan, ma'am. Online nga shopping.
Dili online. Kanang kuan ba? Kanang
store,
musulod.
ma'am? Kanang store?
O store, yun nga. Musulod ka.
Wala pa ko yung nakuan.
Nga, igo na lang yung swipe. Yeah, automatic na tanan-tanang items ngay mong paliton kay na nato siya reader, mabasa na sa imo ang kanang cart bitaw nimo sudlanan nimo. Automatic na dito siya og count kung pila ka buok ang imong gipalit, pila ang total, nya ma-minus na dito sa imong account. Yes, sa Amazon sa US. Pero I think
Philippines, ma'am, wala pa.
Wala pa, no?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Wala pa ko nakuan yun yung news na about nga inana ka high-tech na gid ang kuan.
Basig very soon. Wala pa. Okay, so how many steps have you walked today? This is also an example of an IoT based kanang kung sa kadugay ka natulog. This is actually more on sa smartwatch, di ba? And then, example, from the data nga makuha, these are just data, like 6 hours ka natulog, ingani mong heart rate, but using that katong turning your data into wisdom, makita nimo ang imong sleep pattern, no? The sleep pattern, that is your how, that is the knowledge. And then, you do an understanding, ani day ang akong sleep pattern, and then the wisdom from it is when you evaluate nga ang imong sleep pattern ng ani di ay. You can be able to do something with it, like if you want to increase your sleep hours nga na. So there is really a wisdom from your data. So sa McDo, di na sila gayon sa cashier, but ikaw Japon magpili sa order. I think katong mga kiosk nila, no? Yeah, that's also one. So if you remember katong discussion ganina where you convert your data into wisdom, even from the simple data that you get from your smartwatch, that's actually also a pwede gyapon na nimo siya i-turn into wisdom, the data that you can get from it, like what I've mentioned ganina. You can check kung unsa din mong sleeping pattern, and you can pwede po na nimo pataas ang imong sleeping pattern, depende. Okay? So, ang sleeping hours nimo. Okay, so let's proceed. I want to know more about myself. So this is also your life logging, no? Naama ni siya sa atong mga phone. So this is already existing. So from the data that you get, like affinity of connections, how much you get distracted, how much exercise you're getting, the amount you text with or update, So, daghan kayo. This is also very relevant and I hope you can also include this in your video. Sa inyong assignment, katong 5-minute nga video nga kung ipahimo. I hope you will include this one. I want to know more about myself. Okay. Can Internet of Things help us know more about ourselves? So I hope you will also include that and discuss something like this, where you can turn your data into wisdom. Okay. Transform your data into wisdom. How many, the amount of text or the tweet or the amount of posts you do in the Facebook every day? Then you answer what, when, where, and then after that you turn it into a knowledge, like how, and then after that you answer the why, and then you evaluate that kind of understanding. Why do you post a lot of things in Facebook? Then you can be able to know more about yourself. So I hope you will include this one sa inyong 5-minute video. Then thought-controlled computing. No, gwapo gyapon ni siya. This is already an emerging technology, especially in biomedical, where you can be using EEG. No, there actually existing na siya sa Shopee, makapalit na kag EEG headset actually. And then pwede po nimo ma-check ang unsay mga thoughts nimo that can actually provoke some nerve o sa mga nerves sa imong brain, na. So this is also a good topic. You can include this in your video. So what are the challenges? Diri na rin ta challenges. So scalability, some sensors, dagko kayo, lisod kayo i-scale into gagmay nga mga object, technological standardization, meaning ana if this kind of mga technology naaba ni siya kind of standard ana, and even security, di ba? Interoperability, kung kani siya nga device, pwede ba niya sa other device, magamit ba siya, do they communicate, discovery, software complexity, may meaning na maybe this kind of software, dili siya user-friendly, data volumes and interpretations, meaning daghan kayo og volume, and then power supply, basig dili siya suitable as wearable device, kaya kinahanglan siya dako nga supply, magsaksak-saksak pa ka sa outlet. Interaction or short range communication, dili siya pwede pang long range, and then wireless, ang uban wired, ang siya wireless siya, and then fault tolerance, dili na ba siya maguba, bitaw. So these are technological challenges of IoT. So proceed now with big data. What is big data? Big data, right? So it does not matter how much data you have if you can't make sense of it. It means, bisag unsa kadako imong data, if you don't know how to transform your data into wisdom, wala gyapon na siya pulos. Okay? So remember, data transformation from your data, bisag unsa na siya kagamay, even a certain data, kanang mga heart rate, kanang mga even the steps that you take, if you know how to transform your data into wisdom, then that's already a plus. But even in sa kadako imong data, daghan kay kag mga data bank, but still you don't know how to transform that for a bigger cost, then there's still, that makes no sense at all. Okay. Then criticisms and controversies of IoT, you can just read this through, and then that's it. Everything in the IoT right now, in the Internet of Things, is only tip of an iceberg. Meaning, tip of an iceberg lang, gamay lang kayo na siya nga kuan with what really is IoT. So I hope that at the end of this semester, daghan mo og ma-learn, and when you work, or if you become also workers in the manufacturing setting, you can also help in discovery kung unsa pa ang mga potential of IoT in our or in your field. Okay. So I think that's it. These are the references, and then let's proceed with the assignments. Ako naman na siyang gihatag ganina. So I think that ends our class for today. If you have question, you can go ahead.
Pwede mangutana?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
About sa project ba katong by pair, katong